Have you ever wondered why people who join the 5 a.m. club, take cold showers, don't seem to get any happier or any richer? It's a nice idea, it makes for good titles on marketing books, but 99% of self-development hacks are for normies to simply spike their dopamine. And it doesn't get results because the focus is in completely the wrong direction and they're missing key elements that actually drive success. And I can confidently say this because last month, the month before, and this month, I made over $400,000 per month whilst getting way more shredded and staying in the Four Seasons in Koh Samui. No waking up to alarms in the pitch black, freezing to death, taking cold showers and counting every single macro that I have. Still drank coffee, watched Netflix when I wanted to with my girlfriend, and went to bed past midnight. So how is that possible? Because I have a simple but effective routine that actually aligns my goals. And today, I'm going to share that with you. It's helped me build a $5 million business within the last 2 years whilst enjoying life to the fullest. It's designed for you, whether you're a student making $3,000 a month or a business owner who's on the way to your first 100K, or even if you go into $1 million a month like I am. And look, I'm not against giving up bad habits and committing to health, but what these gurus and influencers are teaching is just far too rigid, and it might work for them, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily going to work for you. And my routine has changed with my needs and my goals. A year ago, I was working almost 12-hour days every single day. Now I work 4-hour days with a management team in place, but the framework remains the same. 99% of people's routines do not support them on where they want to get to. So if you're not living the life now that you want, it is probably because of that. And for me, it boils down to building a daily routine that focuses on building wealth and being fulfilled. Those are my top 2 priorities. You might think, well, Jordan, if I don't have my health, I don't have anything. Yeah, you're right with that. But most people are doing this health thing completely wrong. Let me explain that as I walk you through this framework. So number 1, building wealth. Your number 1 priority should be wealth creation if you want freedom. It's the key to freedom at any age within your life. But to get wealthy, there are 3 things that I work on daily. 1 is getting cash flow and clients. 2 to owning your own business, work for someone where you can get equity within their business or a revenue share. Don't be an employee. If you're just getting started, only thing that you should be focused on right now is signing clients and getting paid from them clients. No stupid commission only deals 50-50 that you might get paid in the future. You want guaranteed cash today because that unlocks everything for you. What it's going to look like is going to depend completely on where you are on your journey. So if you are just starting out, it might mean sending cold emails, connection requests on LinkedIn, or even cold calling. For me, it means making sure our marketing is generating sales calls and our sales team is closing them. It's as simple as that. Client relationships. This is the second most important part to building your wealth. Client relationships includes client results, but it's not limited just to client results. One of my clients owns a service-based business that generates around about $600,000 to $700,000 per month, and he told me categorically he has never lost one single client because of results. It's always been because of the relationship. Because think about it, when you sign a client, you're not going to not deliver on what you promised, or on the other hand, it's very easy to forget about the client's experience of working with you. So the 2 main things that I focus on is driving the project forward. Clients love that because most people in their business are pretty useless. And then number 2 is winning the person. Make sure the client, the person, the CEO within that business loves me and trusts me, because at the end of the day, we are human. We care about that connection. People buy from people, because if you have a good quality relationship with them, you'll retain them, you'll upsell them, and you will get better results, which will allow you to make way more money in the future. So I aim to deliver the best client experience that I possibly can. Buying small little gifts, checking in with them on the personal side, congratulating them if something happens within their business or on the personal side too. And we lost literally 0 clients. We had 0% churn until me and Jacob stepped out the day-to-day, until the new relationships were built by our team members. It's literally one of the highest return on investment activities you could do. So no matter how big you get, keep asking yourself, how do I build the relationships with clients? Because even once you get past that, you want to think about how you can manage your team to build those relationships. Now we're getting into team management. So in November 2022, I hired our first 2 senior team members, and it changed the game for us. Kate and Jan joined our team. They both had decades of experience operating service-based businesses. And up until that point, me and Jacob were fully in the trenches, 12-hour days, working on delivery, meeting clients, we were doing everything. And it was the first time we were able to, take our foot off the gas, get out the trenches and start to look at the helicopter view of the business. We were able to remove ourselves from the delivery, and our focus switched now to hiring people and starting to develop the leadership team. And this is what a good team allows you to do. You can focus on more strategic activities and growing the business rather than firefighting. People think, oh, I need this well-oiled business. You don't. Businesses are messy, even big businesses. The second big change in our business was when Matt, an ex-Amazon ops manager, joined. He completely removed us from the day-to-day. He was the first person that we kind of trusted and give more control over. I see very few entrepreneurs talking about this in terms of their route to be successful. I don't know whether it's kind of ego or a lack of awareness, but you need really good people in your team to get to the next level. If you can't give away the control, you will always be the bottleneck within the business because it'll be tied to your time and your skills and capabilities. The reason why you want to focus on your team, because it creates a butterfly effect to success. So I currently have around about 30 team members. We normally change every couple of months, so let's say 32 team members. If I can get them to work 20% better versus me putting in double the amount of work, my return on investment might be a 2 times increase, but the team only working 20% better is a 6 times increase on the business, which is astronomical, and I don't have to work more. But remember, these 18 players, the people who can remove you, can make money anywhere. So the reason that they'll want to work with you is not just because of money, it'll be long-term vision, what they can learn. That's really crucial when attracting and retaining high quality talent. So every day I just write down all the key people that I need to check in with, and I do one-to-ones with the leaders every couple of weeks. So now with the team in place, how do I actually manage the day-to-day of the business? My direct reports every single night send me a Slack voice note. They send what they've done, what they're doing tomorrow, and then I give them, questions and feedback on what I think can drive the business forward. And this allows me to keep my finger on the pulse of the business without getting dragged back into the trenches. And then in addition to that, I meet with my board weekly to review our business scorecard that has all of our quantifiable metrics in. And then we talk through that, so I see the hard metrics, but then I also get Matt, who leads the business as a general manager, to talk me through it so I understand the quantifiable side as well. This allows me to manage the whole business in about 30 minutes per day and have one board call a week. So if you're on track to make your first 100,000 or your first million, the amount of time you have to work in the business will change, but the framework does not. We're currently at 400k per month, and I know that we can easily get to 1 million a month with this same structure. And I know categorically, if there's cash coming in, my clients are happy, our team's moving the business forward, my wealth is growing. Then it's around working on that fulfillment as the journey grows. So, right, we've got our first 100k, but if you just focus on making money for too long, you'll fall into the trap that many entrepreneurs do. The trap of always chasing what's next, monetary goals to make you happy, and realizing that they have no other real purpose or joy and fulfillment in life, and they just feel numb inside. So if you want to avoid that, you need to take care of your body and your mind. Your physical health is crucial. Have you ever been so focused on growing the business that you've ignored literally everything else? I did for a long time. I suppressed all my emotions just to get stuff done. Every time like a voice come into my head like, oh, I'm tired, blah, blah, blah. Like I was like, I had some real nasty self-talk, like don't be this, don't be that, get on with it. I just forced myself to keep going. So my engine was literally running on red line for a few years. But with a few tweaks, I could have put in the work and got the results without the downside. I had chronic back pain for like 2-3 years. Some days sitting down was a challenge. I didn't want to travel. Lifting weights was out of the question. And a specialist told me, like I got MRI scans and stuff like that, that it was due to a slipped disc, which was crushing a nerve. So I had neck surgery. It's like a little scar there, you might see it. But the pain returned, didn't really ever go, like it went a little bit. I literally tried everything, all the holistic health you can think of constantly. The pain was kind of ruining everything that I had, because I was kind of getting all this stuff, but it was affecting me. So I was always thinking, oh, I can't do that. I felt limited. And then a friend suggested a book that revealed that suppressed emotions were the root cause for the pain. So I started working on aligning the body and mind connection. That's actually one of the main reasons why I wanted to create this channel, is to kind of share the things that kind of dark sides to entrepreneurship that not everyone shares, so kind of comfortable in sharing. So I'll explain exactly what I do. Think of your body as the computer. Having like a good computer is like having a healthy body. So in the mornings, I focus on making money. Then in the afternoon, I focus on making calls and building those relationships. Then after work, I exercise and take care of my health. Exercise is something that I would recommend for everyone, daily if possible. And it's not just to keep fit or to look good, it actually puts you in a different state. If exercise was a drug, like doctors would prescribe it to everyone, the benefits are so good. And I don't overthink my gym routine or my health. I go to the gym, do a little bit of boxing, and it helps me stay active and it clears my mind. It gets me out of thinking all of the time. I'm not even 1% skilled at boxing or in the gym as I am with business. It's very humbling for me. I don't stick to a strict routine. I do keep track of a bit of the progress, but I just work hard when I get there, do the hard stuff, and that challenge actually builds confidence within the business. I keep my diet as simple as possible. I order food in with a good balance of protein, carbs, and fat. Just eat healthy and move. There's enough info online to know how to not be fat, but it's the psychological stuff that's holding people back. So these counting macros, tracking lifts, sticking electronics to your body, just over optimizing, and it's not good. If your priority is getting rich, you can do this all later. Remember, health is crucial. Without it, you won't be able to do anything, but focus on getting rich and simplify that element. And from my experience, you will make 10 to 15 times as much progress if you get a trainer, especially at the start. So if you can afford one, get a coach or a mentor. This is in business and in the gym. The return on investment is insane. Get that one-to-one direct feedback. But financially, if you're a bit strapped for cash at the minute, just get an accountability partner, someone you can work with when you're kind of lacking the willpower, wavering, feeling a bit down, because they will push you more. If your body is the computer, then your mind is the operating system with a bunch of programs, which are your beliefs. They've all been downloaded, and the events that happen in your life is the data that's put in the computer. So what happens daily to programs? They get bugs. These are normies trying to attack you, the news, the matrix, People are trying to destroy your focus, and this will stop you from reaching your goals. So here is the exact schedule that helped me get to 400k per month. When I wake up, I shower immediately. Then I do some light stretching and journaling in the house. Journaling helps me to clear my mind and my focus and get my goals set for the day. Be super intentional about the day and stop living on autopilot on someone else's life. Write down exactly what I want to achieve, what I'm grateful for, yet again, how I want to behave in the day. I want to bring value, I want to be relaxed, I'm not going to be stressed, those sort of things. Ask myself questions like, what am I going to achieve today? What are my concerns? Not worries, concerns. Concerns are okay, it's different to worries. And then what am I going to do about it? What action am I going to take? See, that's empowering. Why does this thing, why did this person, why does this event bother me? Really dig into that and understand it, internalize it. Then when I'm done, I prioritize deep work. This only takes like 20 minutes, so there's no excuse not to do it. And when everyone else is going chasing around 10 different things to do, need to get everything done, acting like an employee. Oh, tick list, oh, say yes I did that, oh, say yes I did that. Don't do that. Do less things, but do the things that are important for longer. So I just set my top 2 priorities on the most important things of what is 100% going to drive the business forward. Now these 2 things are only things that I'll do that day. Absolutely not. But I know if I do those, I've won the day, and I'll 100% get them done no matter what happens. So if there's an emergency, the emergency has to wait. I have to do these 2 things because stuff happens in life. But if you keep the main thing and do the fundamentals, and if you apply this, you will see an insane return on investment. And then throughout the day, I normally do like a 20-minute meditation where I just kind of check in with the body and mind, let go of some emotions, especially if like something's popped up, I'm just feeling a bit like groggy, someone sends me some like low quality work, frustrates me, or like someone says something. I just kind of take some time to check in with myself. That helps me get out the mind, because the mind can't solve problems that have been created by the mind. But by taking a step back and observing the mind, we can get that clarity to solve the problems as the interested observer without judgment. And if at any point during the week I'm feeling like sluggish, say maybe one day I'm having a bad day, I find talking to a trusted friend super good for me. Not just an acquaintance. I've got about 4 or 5 people in my life who I can be 100% honest with, but it can take time to build that sort of relationship. I don't mean a friend who you call and they're talking about like BS stuff. Someone where you can be fully open, like things that you thought you were going to take to your grave. And this might sound completely crazy, but I value my personal alignment more than my wealth, because I know I can always get cash back. But these relationships and being aligned with who I am, that's irreplaceable. And with that being said, I treat myself like royalty. I used to treat myself worse than I treat other people, but now I treat myself as number 1. I ignored my own needs for years just to make money, but now I take time to do things like go for massages, go in the pool when I want to, do whatever I want to do. And I used to feel guilty because I'm not putting in enough work, but that was low level beliefs. Look, you might feel guilty or worried when you're not working because if your business isn't successful yet and stuff like that. And if you feel like that, I would invite you to write down your beliefs that you have in business and see which ones are limiting you and see if you can rewrite them. Like, I used to believe that if I didn't give my all and it failed, that I was worthless, and then if I was worthless and I wasn't successful, I was unworthy of love. You can see how deep rooted these kind of beliefs that are delusional are. Now that I've generated quite a bit of money within my business and for myself, like, if I lost everything tomorrow, I'd still be Jordan. It wouldn't change who I am. And the same goes for you. Money, things, achievements, they don't define us. And when you're growing a business, you often have to do things that you're not like 100% inspired to do. It's something all successful people have to go through. But if you focus on getting rich and working yourself in parallel, in a year or two, you'll have all the money that you need and you're going to feel good inside. You're going to be able to enjoy it without feeling numb. I've had times where I was staying in the Atlantis Royal, most luxurious hotel in the world, and I wasn't aligned and I didn't feel like great inside. Like, I wasn't enjoying it. I was doing nice stuff, but I wasn't enjoying it. Other times I've been in Starbucks and I felt like blissful. But it is a challenge to work on your personal alignment when you don't have money. And before I go to bed, I prepare everything for the next day. I write down in my journal, I focus on what I need to do, what concerns I have. Getting enough sleep is important for making money. I sleep in a pitch black room or use an eye mask if the room is not pitch black. I don't set an alarm because I trust my body to wake up when I'm ready and I know I'm going to do the work that I'm needed to do to drive the business forward. I used to struggle to sleep sometimes, and it was because I had a very cluttered mind. Journaling helps us a lot, so if you're struggling with sleep, I would invite you to journal and just empty the thoughts on the paper. Look, am I perfect? Far from it. Right now, for transparency, I'm working on not judging myself and not judging others and giving more without expectation of return. And then finally, knowing that I'm enough for me and not looking to be desired or wanted or loved or needed or need approval by anyone else. At the start, I wanted people to like me and respect me, and I suppose that was part of why I was in pursuit of material success and things that could get me pleasure, because it wasn't really aligned with who I am. But this type of living is not fulfilling forever. That's why I like to work on both in parallel. So if I was to do absolutely everything to align myself in the best way, it's probably going to take about 2 hours max. But I don't look at that in terms of like wasted 2 hours I could have been working. I look at it like an investment, like sharpening the axe instead of just cutting down the tree with a blunt axe. So in summary, get to your first 100k per month while working on your happiness, being fulfilled, healthy, and really driven and enjoying it when driving forward. Focus on generating cash flow, nurturing client relationships, and starting to build out a team. Stay healthy by looking after your body and your mind. You're going to make errors along the way. You're going to give in to temptations. You're going to say, I'm going to stop doing this, and you're going to go back to it, especially when stuff gets stressful. But if you reflect and improve, you're going to make significant progress. It's the consistency that moves you forward. That's what everyone forgets with these 5 a.m. routines that they can't stick to. And this routine has allowed me to go from $15k to $100,000 within 5 months and made me over 3 million so far. I don't have to work 12-hour days, and I'm pretty fulfilled now whilst doing it. I personally follow this practice. You can take the elements out of it too. That'll work for you. And just remember, every single professional was once an amateur, and they've failed way more times than you've probably even tried. Thanks for watching. Please comment on what you found the most useful and what you'd like to see more of, so I can share more of that content. I'll see you in the next video.